Hello.
Hello, Governor.
Oh God, we're gonna start.
We're already starting.
We're gonna start it with the bad accents because I can do it. Yeah. Well, at least you can do accents. So I have this thing. Where every time I try a Scottish accent, it comes out. It comes out really, really bad. It comes out like
Ringo.
like Ringo. I'm Ringo. I'm the unimportant beetle. They won't let me have any songs.
That's his Scottish accent.
That's about the best I can do, and it sounds nothing like Scottish or really anything.
No, it just sounds like Ringo.
Pretty awful. What's going on? This is Catherine,
Hello.
and this is
Robert.
Robbie.
Well,
you can call me.
On Facebook, you go by Robert.
Well, that's my professional name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But your Facebook is Robert.
But by night,
he's Robbie.
Yeah. I take off. Yeah, exactly. I put out the jazz hands. So, Miss Catherine, the lovely Catherine, what are we talking about? Why are we here today?
Today, we are here to talk about Glenmorangie.
Wait. Clearly, that says Glenmorangie on the bottle.
Even though I've heard it called Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie.
Yes, Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie. How much more southern can you get? So, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie. That's the pretentious people.
That's how I used to think it was pronounced, though.
That's how it went. Remember when I ordered a Lagavulin? Lagavulin. And the guy was like, "What?" And I was like, "Ah, shit. Yeah. You mean Lagavulin?"
But yeah, in reality, it's actually pronounced Glenmorangie. Like
Glenmorangie.
Orange. Glenmorangie.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Why? Why did the orange go out with a plum?
I don't know. Why?
Because he couldn't find a date. Boom!
Dad jokes.
Boom!
Always with the dad jokes.
Boom! All right, so we got that Glenmorangie.
Yes.
Glenmorangie. Can you tell me a little bit more about Glenmorangie? Because we almost went to Glenmorangie.
We wanted to.
We wanted to.
We came close, but we didn't quite make it.
We didn't.
So Glenmorangie is in Tain, which is in the Highlands of Scotland. It's up above Inverness. And I have these cool little tin cups, which have the Glenmorangie Signette on it, if you can see that. Not good at angling things for the camera. But yeah, so these tin cups.
You know what I just thought about?
What?
We're fun with flags.
Oh, God, we are. If you're a Big Bang fan, you got that reference. If not, just let it go.
We're fun with flags. That's going to be so awesome. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so the little tin cup. These are replicas of the tin cups that Glenmorangie used to give all of their workers because every day with lunch, they would get a dram to go with their lunch. And if they did an undesirable task like cleaning out the mash tuns, which I imagine would be pretty damn disgusting, then they would get an extra dram for that. So a while back, my dad got me a gift set with Glenmorangie, and it came with these two fancy schmancy little cups. We may or may not use them tonight. We may stick with our traditional Glencairns, but it's an option, something cool I wanted to share because, yeah.
Actually, traditional would be the cups.
Mm-hmm.
Since these only came around until about 1999, 2000. But I know what you're saying. We usually drink out of these, out of the
Glencairn.
The Glencairn. The Glencairn.
Yes.
Ruben says my beard looks a little suspect.
Well.
Should I give it a tug? Oh.
I think it's real.
It's in there. Well, the glue is really good.
It is.
The glue we used last time.
You got that good toupee glue.
Yeah, that glue we used last time. And my mustache was flapping over last time.
It didn't quite work.
Fun with beards.
Oh, God.
Okay, so, all right, what we're doing here is we have, as you can see, we've got a couple of full-size bottles. We've got the original Glenmorangie, which is 10 years old. Okay.
Yes.
And then as far as full-size bottle, we've got the Quinta Ruban, which this is the 12 years old. Now, this is the old Quinta Ruban, and earlier this year or late, no, it was in 2019. They came out with the new Quinta Ruban. It's 2 years. Yeah, it's 2 years older.
Yes.
This is one of our favorites.
Quite tasty.
It's a great friendly guy. He's just gonna cuddle right up to you. Okay. So we're also going through
talk a little bit more about
these guys as well. Yeah, I just wanted to show off these guys right here. You can see that there's not a whole lot left in them. So there's this little box set that we got for like what, $40?
Less than that, yeah.
$40
at our local liquor store.
And it came with the original, the 12-year-old, which obviously we like those because we got those. And it also came with this Lasanta, which is good. We're going to taste all of these tonight. And the Nectar Dior. The Nectar Dior.
Nectar Dior.
No, okay. Well, it sounds like a pretentious asshole's cologne.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to give all of these. Oh, and I'll show you the little box that this comes in. So if you're interested in diving into Glenmorangie and you don't want to waste, anywhere from $70 up on a bottle,
you can hopefully find.
Yeah, you can get this little taster things, and these are bigger than mini bottles.
They're actually, I believe they're 10 centiliters.
Okay, 100 milliliters. Yeah. So I have no idea what that is in freedom units.
Well, a standard bottle is what, 750? Yeah.
750. Yeah. But I'm talking about is like ounces.
Oh. Well.
Freedom units.
Yeah. Well.
America. We don't know. So we're gonna.
But it's an excellent little taster pack.
Yeah, it is. As you can see, we've loved that one.
We didn't realize that we liked the Lasanta that much until we were setting up for this tonight.
We would have had more for you.
Oh well.
So, where is Glenmorangie?
Glenmorangie is in Tain.
I've been drinking.
Glenmorangie is in Tain, which is in the Highlands of Scotland.
Okay.
A little bit of information about them. They actually have the tallest still in Scotland.
No.
Yes.
See, that's something that I would geek the hell out on if I was there.
Yes.
She has had the misfortune of actually being with me at a distillery tour, and I am just...
It's a cool experience.
I'm just all over everything. I asked them questions about heat exchangers, and remember the heat exchanger at Dalmore? No, I do, because I was sitting there asking about she's like, is that what that thing is called? And I'm like, yes, that is the cooling coil that runs through the heat exchanger right there on the aft end of and I started getting all Navy on it, talking about aft and forward of the,
okay,
she's like, is that left? Whatever.
So this is the 10-year-old Glenmorangie, the original.
The original.
And it was aged for 10 years in American oak casks that previously had bourbon in them. So the height of the still and the bourbon casks are what Glenmorangie says gives their original blend its flavor. Sláinte.
Sláinte va. Sláinte va. Sláinte va to y'all out there. What are y'all drinking? Put in the chat what you are drinking currently. Well, I mean...
maybe currently, maybe you're drinking with us right now.
That's true. What are you drinking currently?
You should be. If you're not, pour yourself a dram.
What kind of monkey doesn't eat bananas? An orangutan. An orangutan. Get it? Bazinga.
Oh, God.
Bazinga.
You are Sheldon.
Okay.
You are Sheldon right now. Congratulations.
So the first time we drank Glenmorangie, we were sitting in a bar. Well, not the first time we drank it, but one time we were drinking Glenmorangie, and we were sitting there, and this guy walks in the bar. Everybody loved this guy.
Ever starts.
Everybody loved the guy because he was an orange, and he was so appealing.
Hear the crickets? Can you hear the crickets?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my life.
This is like 23 hours a day. Because I wake her up. I'm like, hey, hey.
Did you hear the one? Okay, go back to sleep now.
Wake up. Are you sleeping okay? Okay. But on a serious note, you know what the Glenmorangie reminds me of?
What?
Is pirates.
Really?
Pirates. Seriously, pirates.
Elaborate.
Why would it not remind? Okay, so pirates used to get scurvy because they didn't get enough vitamin C.
Yes.
Meaning, and you get vitamin C's from oranges. And I actually looked this up. If you go out and you get scurvy, somehow you just stop eating all kind of vitamin C or whatever, you get scurvy. Scurvy is really, really, like, all you got to do is take a lot of vitamin C. And unless you're almost ready to die, basically you come back to life within 14 days. I mean, you start feeling better in 48 hours. But then in 14 days, you're pretty much all better, right? Fun fact. So if you're ever suffering from scurvy, from lack of Glenmorangies, actually, I don't think Glenmorangie has any vitamin C in it.
It does not. However,
it's got some vitamin G.
A lot of their whiskeys do have notes of orange. Ooh. If you check out their website, they have all of their tasting notes. So
what are you getting off the nose here?
Off the nose?
Off the nose on the original.
Getting some citrus for sure.
See, even Justin McKelvey says, fun with flags.
I'm Amy Farrah-Fowler. This is Dr. Sheldon Cooper.
It is true that I have bus pants.
Yeah.
Sometimes I kind of recognize with that Sheldon dude because he's an alpha. Like everybody else listens to him. And two, he's an extreme germaphobe. And if there's one good thing about the COVID is that people
are finally mostly respecting personal space.
Getting the hell away from me because I got this thing where people stand too damn close to me.
They do.
And I hate that. Okay. All right. So what I give you enough time.
Yes.
What do you like? What are you picking up?
Definitely getting orange.
Mm-hmm.
I taste some vanilla.
Ooh.
It's got the right level of sweetness. It's nice and mellow. Easy drinking. You know, we didn't even put any water in it.
Nope, we didn't.
None of these really need water. We did bring out the water again because like we said last week, it actually helps to open up the flavor. It's not a sign of being a wimp.
These are so friendly though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't really want to put water in it.
It's almost a shame.
Exactly.
But see, that's the thing too, is when you're done with it, it's one of those whiskeys that you just want to sit there and smell your glass for a little while because it's so good. I love the original Glenmorangie. If you're looking for something, I don't know, how much is a bottle of 10-year-old? 50,
I haven't
60
priced
bucks,
it lately, but
like
I would say somewhere in that range.
I know the Quinta Ruban's going to run you about $70, $80, depending on where you are. And if you're not in an ABC state, then it can definitely vary a lot. In ABC states, they have to sell it for a standard price. So, moving on, I think we should go directly into the Lasanta because we've only got a little bit in there and it's not going to take
like a sip of each.
that long. And then while we're kind of pouring this is going to be a tiny dram right here.
That's just a sample.
Tiny
we should definitely
sample.
get some water to rinse in between.
Yeah, and I
change glasses too. Yeah.
Yeah, I changed the glasses.
So water to get the taste.
Oh yeah.
Cleanse the palate.
I learned something cool about pirates.
Well, share while I finish my Glenmorangie.
This is a thing. Who likes pirates? I fucking love pirates. It's already begun. You've already started cussing. The F word too. Ooh. So every time she says the F word, bring her out on it. So because Glenmorangie made me think of oranges, made me think of scurvy, made me think of pirates.
Okay.
I did research on everybody's favorite pirate. Who is everybody's favorite pirate?
Blackbeard?
Boom!
I'm good.
Boom! Blackbeard. Blackbeard started out. Did you know Blackbeard started out like totally legit?
I had heard that.
Totally legit. And then he went,
Holding.
He went and he stole a French ship. Okay, I think it was French, and named her the Queen Mary's Revenge.
Yes.
Okay, or Queen Anne's Revenge. Queen Anne's Revenge.
One of those.
Oh, one of those. Anyway, in 1717, then where did Blackbeard go to cause a bunch of trouble?
South Carolina. This.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He blockaded Charleston Harbor and put the entire city under siege. Now, we're about an hour and a half from Charleston, an hour if you really want to get there. And
we went to CFC.
We both went to College of Charleston. It's where we actually met, hung out for a little bit. And but I thought that was really cool. Now, what did Blackbeard want when he put Charleston Harbor under siege?
Women?
Nope. Pirates. Pirates want that booty. Yeah, I think mostly pirates wanted the other booty. They were accustomed to having each other's booties.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure. But anyway, what
I've honestly never thought about that.
What did Blackbeard want when he took Charleston Harbor under siege?
I have no idea.
He wanted a trunk of medicine.
To fight scurvy?
Of medicine to possibly fight scurvy.
Well then.
Or any of the other, diseases that run rampant on a 16th century,
shocking
vessel that he had stole from the French, and those dirty bastards didn't clean up after themselves. I'm sorry if you're French.
I was going to say sorry to any of my French friends who might somehow be watching.
I would say that about anybody, just because I think it's funny. I would say that so it's anyway. I'm an equal opportunity offender. It's not just the French. What do you think?
I haven't tasted it yet. I was still just nosing. So a little bit about the Lasanta. The Lasanta is a 12-year, so it's extra mature beyond the Glenmorangie 10. They take the 10, and then for 2 additional years, they age it in sherry barrels, which include Oloroso sherry and Pedro Jimenez sherry. So
Pedro Jimenez sherry.
Yes.
See,
PX.
That's the old PX. That's what they did. So why did the orange fail his driver's test? He kept peeling out. Boom!
Oh God, that was loud. I was trying to savor my whiskey. If any of you watch Letterkenny, that's a Letterkenny reference.
Look at these guns, though. Pop them. Pop them! All right. Let's get going on the next one. We're going to save the...
Nectar.
Yeah, this is basically... And I'm sorry, if you really like this one, then you're more than welcome to have the rest of this one, because this is the reason we haven't even drank that much, just a sip out of it.
We'll discuss this one when we get to it, though.
Yeah, we'll discuss it when you get to it. It just reminds me of Axe body spray. The name, just the everything about it. Just the everything about it. Just the taste. I don't like it. And it's the most expensive one. So it always comes back to, if it's expensive whiskey, that doesn't necessarily mean it's good whiskey.
A lot of it is a matter of taste. So
I can find better scotch under $50, $60 a bottle than I can, some that are like $300 King Alexander.
King Alexander Dalmore is good. We enjoy King Alexander. However, if you gave us the choice between King Alexander and the Dalmore cigar malt, cigar malt all day long.
Yeah, we got to get a bottle of that soon. We're gonna show you some cigar malt soon. It's about $130 bottle. Mm-hmm. It sounds expensive until you taste it, and it's
not like it's one that you're gonna just throw back. It's one that you're gonna sip and savor and enjoy.
Yeah. Well,
it's a nice one after a long day.
Back. That was my 20s.
Yeah. If you're looking for one to throw back, it's not the cigar malt.
Yeah. You're looking for something to throw back, just grab a regular old Jack Daniels or something like that, or a Beam.
Ooh, no, I like the nose on this a lot better.
Or a Redneck Bar.
I remember why there was so much missing from the Lasanta.
What's that?
Because we did a sherry aged tasting. We compared that to the Redbreast Listowel, which is their sherry aged.
Exactly.
Irish. Well, Irish, not Scotch, but anyway. So this is the Quinta Ruban. It is, again, the original, the 10-year. And then they age it for an additional 2 years, this time in port barrels. So, ruby port barrels, yes.
Why did the orange go to the doctor?
Uh-oh.
Because he couldn't vitamin C.
Is it just me or are these getting worse?
I'm not going to do it again. Boom!
On the nose, I almost get syrup.
Okay.
Like maple syrup or pancake syrup.
Oh.
Not necessarily
okay,
maple, but
I got it.
Almost like Aunt Jemima.
It's not a lot of like a whole other bunch of other. What kind of cask is the Quinta Ruban in?
Ruby port.
Yeah, that's why I love it so much. I love port aged whiskey, but I hate port. Port is super sweet. To me, it's like drinking liquid candy. I can't do it. And she enjoys it. Ironically enough, I have the sweet tooth, you don't.
True.
But I don't like it. But when you put whiskey in a port cask, a cask that's held port for several years, and you throw that whiskey in there, yeah, that's going to be good. Mm-hmm. It takes all that sweetness and injects it in that whiskey. So
without it being overpowering.
Yeah, without it being, exactly. Without it being overpowering, and they just ages it. And look at, I don't know if you can see just how pretty that is, but it's got this golden ruby hue to it. And it's been aging for 12 years.
12 years
it's
total.
12 years
so
total.
2 years in the ruby port.
And then the new one is 14 years, but I didn't allow myself to grab the new one until we had put at least a little more of a dent in the 12
So we liked this one so much after we had the tasting pack that we did buy the full bottle, but as you can see, we haven't had that much out of it.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful bottle.
Would you like some dark chocolate to pair with your scotch?
I do. I'm fancy AF, and so this is something that blows a lot of people's mind, is that chocolate
blew ours at first.
Yeah, pairs really well. Well, dark chocolate pairs really well, especially with something like a port and a port-aged friendly whiskey. This is a Highland whiskey. I wasn't sure if it was a Highland or a Speyside. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain in a minute. But you get the sweetness of the dark chocolate, right? And it's an excuse to eat chocolate. And then
if you need one.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually learned this from Richard Patterson. So the man should know what he's talking about.
And that's what makes it classy. And not just drinking whiskey on a weekday. Right? Because otherwise you're just a drunk.
So well together.
Otherwise you're just a drunk. If you're just sitting in your lounge chair or your recliner, and you just have the bottle in your hand and just doing like that, that's a problem. But if you're nibbling on chocolate and nosing it and trying 8 different whiskeys rather than just one, then it's a tasting. Then it is classy. It's not a problem at all. It's so good.
Do you get raisins with this?
A lot, especially with the chocolate. It almost makes it seem like there's raisins in the chocolate.
Okay, I get that.
Because if you taste the chocolate first and then take a sip of the dram.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing pairing.
And I don't know if you guys can't see it, but the fingers on this, the legs or fingers, whatever you want to call them, is...
I have too many smudges on my glass.
Yeah, I got a lot of smudges too.
But there they are.
Yeah, but they're there.
Yeah.
They're really pronounced with this. The proof, what is the proof on this? I don't know. I can't read that. Yeah, it'll be on the bigger one. I can't read that. I would say it's about 80 proof.
46% alcohol by volume.
Oh, so it's 92 proof. Okay, so
92
we're nudging up.
ABV.
We're knocking up against 100 proof.
And for comparison, the original is 86 proof.
86 proof. Okay. And that's another thing. Because it's 92 proof, if you add a little bit of water, it'll knock it back down to about 86 proof. And then all that water, it's a chemical reaction. It's not just dispersing it. It's a chemical reaction that happens that it basically is, it's a flavor explosion. Like
you
oranges.
Keep making those comments every time I take a sip and I'm trying to savor it. I'm like, oh, the worst timing.
Oranges. Well, I got something that you will appreciate.
Mm-hmm. As I lick the chocolate off my fingers because I'm just that classy.
What did the apple say to the orange? Nothing. Baby apples don't talk.
All right, I actually did like that one. Don't spit out your whiskey. That's good stuff.
Oh, I wrote that one. I didn't write that one myself. I got that off of like kids jokes about stuff.com or something like that. That's a good one. All right. So what do you think of the Quinta Ruban? Quinta Ruban.
It's good stuff.
It's a great whiskey. Mm-hmm. And the thing about Glenmorangie, I'm going to sneak past you here, is it's one of those bottles where it kind of looks pretty classy. Mm-hmm. Like you're like, oh, I'm sipping, kind of James Bondish.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
like you feel classy. Yeah, you feel classy drinking it. You don't feel like a degenerate. It's an all around solid ass Scotch. Super friendly. It's not going to fight you on the way down.
No.
Not a huge high proof or anything like that. Glenmorangie is a great distillery. Is it one of my favorites? I would put it not at
we
this
certainly
bottle.
Enjoy it.
This bottle is up there.
It's good stuff.
But as a distillery, I don't go out of my way to.
Well, to be fair, also.
To be fair.
Letterkenny. To be fair, the 4 bottles in this tasting collection are their, I can't remember what they call it, but they're their, their usual suspects, basically. These are their most common ones. We haven't tried any of their specialty collections or their more refined ones.
Yeah, because I like, generally when I go to like a bar, and here's a pro tip. If you don't feel like dropping an insane amount of money when you just start out with your like branching out in a lot of whiskeys, find a bar that has a lot of whiskeys. We're lucky enough to have like bourbon in town. It's a bar / restaurant where they got pretty much everything.
They have a very
they have a good selection. So I can go up there, I can try it. I can half-ass know both of the owners between both of us. And like we're able to kind of find out, you're going to pay through the nose for a dram.
But at least you can sample it before you buy a full bottle.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you go to the bar and you ask for a pour, okay, a pour is 2 ounces, all right? And that can be $130 for some whiskeys, right? For just a pour. Or a half pour is 1 ounce, all right? So if you just want to try something and it's like a really expensive whiskey, go for the single ounce. You can get everything out of it. Like the Lasanta, that was way less than an ounce.
Oh God, yes. That was nothing.
Moving right along. See, the best time to drink a whiskey you don't like is after
you've been drinking other
whiskeys, because it's like, oh, this isn't so bad. And then you go back and drink it first and you're like, this is bullshit. I mean, this is not very good.
We need to get like a swear jar for him.
I'll go rogue.
All right, so the Nectar door, which means golden or nectar of gold.
We gotta
really
finish this little bastard.
Do we?
I mean,
we'll see.
I'll finish it.
All right,
fear no
so
beer.
Once again, 10-year-old Glenmorangie, but then they age it for an additional 2 years, this time in French Sauternes casks. So very, very fancy French wine, which is known for being very, very sweet, which is why the whiskey itself, as I recall, was cloyingly, just overpoweringly sweet.
It's a little sweet. And it's just fancy. It's fancy. It's too
smells
fancy
nice.
all the way
it
around.
Smells like honey.
Sounds like it feels like we should be eating cucumber sandwiches with the crusts cut off.
Tea sandwiches.
Is that what those called?
Yeah.
See, I get kicked out of places like that. They're like, dude, you look like you're here to take the trash out. And I'm like, whatever. Okay.
It's better than I remember, but it's still a little sweet for my personal taste. Of the 4, it's definitely my least favorite.
That is better than I remember it.
Yeah.
But we just had
3 others.
3 others before that.
Granted,
so
one was a tiny, tiny sip. It barely counts.
Oh.
But still.
I was drinking Irish before we got on here. So.
That's true. It's still pretty sweet, but it's not as overpoweringly sweet as I remember.
I had a spot of the old green. Now, here's the thing, man. I'm sorry I hated on this. This is pretty good right now. I'm getting honey and dried fruit. Well, you know what happened? This is a had low expectations. Weird thing. That's one thing, but this is a weird thing. Sometimes you'll get a bottle of whiskey and you'll open it and fresh pour, and you'll pour a little out and you'll taste it right out of the bottle where it should be fresh or whatever. Yeah. And you're like, man, it's not as good as I remember it. So you close it back up. You always close it. Air and heat and light. You don't want near your whiskey. Those are so degrade whiskey. Close it up. Throw it, in the cabinet where it's out of direct sunlight, no heat or anything like that. So it's nothing like that. And you just let it sit. There's something about that initial air injection that kind of calms it down. Yeah. And can make your whiskey a little more palatable the next time you open it. Maybe that's what happened here. Maybe that's what happened here. Maybe it's the result. Another thing is that me and your dad have talked at length about this. Shocking. Yeah. Where just like we're talking about, the whiskey that you drink beforehand, no matter how much you rinse, what you drink, everything like that, you will... It always affects the outcome of the taste of the next whiskey. Absolutely. So if we were to drink this after, say, a Dalmore cigar malt, which is one of our favorites, or it would taste very different. Yeah, it would. I mean, come on, what's going to follow that? Or her personal favorite, and we will have a bottle one day, is Dalmore 25. Okay, it's a $1,200 bottle of whiskey. And we had it over in Scotland, but to get it over here, it's $1,200. Yeah, it's not cheap over there. As much as I love it, that's ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous for one bottle of, and that's even a 700 milliliter. Yeah, true. That's not even a 750 milliliter. So anything after that's going to taste like trash, including the Dalmore 30, 5 years older. And it's out of the sweet spot. The Dalmore 30 it did not measure up to the 25. Wasn't that good? And then we tried to, in our humble opinion. And that was one time. Maybe next time we have it, it's amazeballs. Yeah. But this is surprising. Yeah. This is good. You know what I'm going to do? I remember. What? I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And see how it does. Mm-hmm. I can get on board with that. Well, since I've got a job to do. I'll take a little splash before that too. Got a job to do. See, there's the Ringo coming out. And William, if you're listening, buddy, or any of my other Scottish friends, don't give him tips on his accent. I cannot freaking talk in Scottish, man. It's like a whole... In Scottish? I can't talk in Scottish. That is a whole other language. Although, if anyone does know Gaelic, I've got questions about the pronunciation of a couple words. For example,
The Quinta, I believe it's Ruban. I don't know, but Ruban means
Is that Gaelic really?
Well,
I thought
Quinta
was
not.
Spanish because of the
Quinta
port.
is Spanish. However, port is from Portugal. But yes, Quinta refers to the region of Portugal that had the estates where the port came from. Ruban, however, or however you may pronounce it, is Gaelic for ruby because it's aged in ruby port. So, if anyone knows Gaelic, let me know how you actually pronounce that.
See, this is actually like people think that we have this glamorous lifestyle, but we literally just geek out on stuff like this. Like we are not always partying. We're not always at raves. Like, I kind of,
kind of want to dance?
Glow sticks, all that kind of stuff. I don't DJ every night of the week.
Just for the cat.
Yeah, just for the cat. I do. DJ Scratch and Sniff.
Yes. So one more Gaelic word. I wanted to share this earlier and I totally forgot. Lasanta is Gaelic for, I think it's warm and maybe warm and tempting. It's something like that. But yeah. So if anyone knows Gaelic, let us know.
We haven't even looked at the first comment yet.
No.
Oh my God.
Gosh, there's so many more. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry, Missy. Missy says I'm leaving. Y'all not talking. Oh, we didn't see the comments.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Jameson. Okay. Madeline. Oh, geez, man. I'm so sorry.
Missy really wanted you to talk to her.
What's up, Paige? That's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I love you guys. Here, Kevin says, I wish I could see Robert's eyes.
He wasn't going to wear a hat, and then at the last minute, he was like, I need my hat.
Yeah, I need my hat, man.
Yeah.
Because this is my whiskey drinking hat, which isn't far from the truth. I drink a lot of whiskey in this hat.
You should be wearing your drinks while with others' hat.
Oh, it's in storage.
Oh.
It is in storage. I'll get it out of storage. Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah. It's not like that wasn't a necessity to have.
No.
Is after the, after the before the move and after the move or whatever.
True.
So, okay, sorry. I was just looking over here to make sure.
The water made that open up nicely.
Did it?
Yeah. And I thought I saw more comments coming, but they aren't showing up. Oh, I guess not.
That's okay.
Well, Kevin, on the next one, we'll make him take off his hat so you can see his eyes. His beautiful eyes.
That is pretty good now.
Right?
I feel so bad for talking so much shit. It's called the Nectar Dior, and it's aged in...
Sauternes.
And how old is it?
12
years.
Yeah, so...
What is Sauternes? Is that like, you don't mess with the Sauternes?
It's a French sweet wine. So all three of these are 12-year-old. They're the standard 10-year-old Glenmorangie, which is aged in the American oak casks, which had bourbon in them before. And then they just age it for 2 more years in either sherry, port, or Sauternes. So
you don't mess with the Sauternes, right?
Something like that.
So that was surprisingly good, and we finished up our little this doodad right here. $40, man. Go out.
We had for well over a year.
Seriously, because I don't ever grab it because it seems like I'm grabbing a mini bottle or something like that. It doesn't even seem real, but
it's an excellent sampler.
It's
recommend.
For $40.
Recommend.
Oh yeah, get that. Now, what I'm going to do is pour another.
How about it?
The Quinta Ruban, because this right here is the jewel.
It is wonderful stuff.
The 14 is available now. If you can still find the 12, I would grab that.
They still make the 12 as well.
Do they really?
Yes, they have the 12 and they have the 14.
I did not know. Well, thank you. I learned something new today. So now I can get the 14.
Now you can get the 14.
You know where I'm going tomorrow.
And we'll have to compare the two.
You know where I'm going tomorrow.
Yes, since liquor stores are an essential business.
Well, it's because if you are an alcoholic, they don't want people, because you can die from alcohol withdrawal.
You told me that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I knew that part, but I didn't realize that's why it was considered an essential business.
And there's a lot. I mean, there's literally millions of people out there that are like alcoholics, to where if they don't get alcohol, you can die. You can't die from like heroin withdrawal. You can't die from
You
Yeah,
can't?
no, you can't die from heroin withdrawal or cocaine withdrawal or anything like that. But you can
Really?
straight up freaking die from alcohol withdrawal. And so if they were to close down liquor stores and all these
Reduce the
people,
population.
yeah, they would. I mean, and it's like an agonizing death. This
Good
took
Lord.
a
Okay, this is
dark
yeah,
turn,
this is
didn't
dark.
it?
Let's veer things
But
back on track here.
that, as far as I know, is why that they are
Well,
essential businesses.
Okay then.
Seriously.
That's so dark and sad.
Oh, but that's so. Look at that color.
That
Look
is
at
beautiful.
that. I'm sorry if you can see the smudges. I've been grabbing all over it and everything, and
so one thing I was going to say about it earlier, and why it tastes like raisins, that raisin taste comes from the ruby port, because port has that raisin taste to it as well. So that's what lends the raisin flavor to the Quinta Ruban.
That is 2 scoops right there. Yeah. Put this in your bran flakes. Is what you want to do. Okay.
Mom's talking to us.
So, the bear show on the Tiger King. Oh goodness. Okay, this is great. So, what did we learn today, and why are we here? That was the main thing.
That's true.
Why are we doing this? Why are we?
That question.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your toes, but when I get started,
you didn't step on my toes.
I was stepping on your dialogue there. Okay. Why are we here? Why are we even bothering to drink in front of people?
Why are any of us here?
Oh, God. Okay, so I sent you a link. What we're doing, Catherine and I have been talking for a long time about making a YouTube channel where we basically review whiskey. Okay, but the thing is about reviewing whiskey is there just like 50 other channels out there.
And while we enjoy whiskey, do we really have the knowledge, the wherewithal, the cachet to talk about whiskey and people actually want to listen?
The answer is no. I can, like some of the whiskey facts that I drop, they just sound good at the time. Fact check me. But here's the thing. Everybody likes cool sea stories. So what we're doing is we are launching a YouTube channel. We're not going to monetize it or anything like that. This is solely for fun, something we can do together. And we're calling it Whiskey Fables. Did you drop the link?
I did not yet.
Drop the link. I texted it to you.
Yes, you did.
So we just made the YouTube channel today. We really want to get the YouTube URL, the custom URL. So if you could do us a huge favor, we need 100 people to like this. So we can get that URL in the next, it takes 30 days and 100 likes or 100 subscribers. So if you could go subscribe to that on YouTube right now, Catherine just dropped it. That would help us out a hell of a lot because we don't want to lose that URL. I don't know why anybody would steal that URL, but whatever.
But maybe they would.
We've already got, today I went and I got whiskeyfables.com. If you go there, it's just like a holding page right there. We've also got facebook.com// Whiskey Fables. Yes. You can like that page. Yes. We're also going to have the Facebook group, which is going to be at facebook.com/groups/ Whiskey Fables.
Shocker.
We have an Instagram.com / Whiskey Fables. And finally, though neither of us tweet because we both hate Twitter.
Yeah.
Just in case, we got the twitter.com / Whiskey Fables. And that'll probably be some automated solution that'll just tell you when we publish a new video. So what we're going to do is, it's not always going to be just us sitting here bullshitting. We're going to actually have like produced stuff. And
when we can actually leave the house again, maybe we'll go visit some distilleries.
That's exactly the plan.
Check things out.
And ask them if there's any cool ghost stories in the distillery or just any cool stories, whatever. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to combine great storytelling with whiskey, because the reason that people love whiskey is the story behind it. I want to know, who the people are that make this. And I'm not the only one.
There's some information online.
I'm sure there is.
The Men of Tame.
But I love, that's the most fun about it. Everybody, that's why like most American bourbons are named after someone. Elmer T. Lee, George Stagg, you know.
Or they've got crazy off the wall names that are going to make you talk about it.
Exactly. So storytelling really is whiskey. I'm passionate about whiskey, but not enough to go and try to make a distillery.
No. Or to become oh gosh, I just forgot what the term is for basically sommeliers for whiskey.
Well, they do have a whiskey sommelier program.
There you go.
But it's those guys from the Whiskey Tribe. Yeah, but they have it in that castle over in
which seems cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that would be cool. But right now, we just want to have fun
with, and
it'll
hopefully
be more
give y'all
edited.
Some laughs.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be more edited than this, and I will usually drink more than we have here tonight, so you can just make fun of me. Watch her face when I make extremely dumb jokes. Extremely dumb jokes.
True.
So if you could just go to that link and Josie has to crash it too.
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
she has to bring homeboy too.
True.
This is our buddy, and she has a cool boyfriend. We like him. He's a cool guy.
And we love you, JoJo.
Yeah.
Yes, you will absolutely be a guest.
Oh, this smells so good. I don't know what accent that was.
That sounded like Braveheart.
Yeah. Well, there we go. There. Little Scottish accent.
Sláinte to that.
Sláinte What?
So yeah, like he said.
You know, earlier today, she said that I could, if I got a kilt, that I could wear it. She's like, I would have no problem with that.
Yeah, if he wants a kilt, he can wear a kilt. He's not going to wear a skirt in public.
I can wear a kilt in public.
That's a skirt, babe.
No.
It is very.
We talked about this earlier. I said if any man was brave enough to wear a kilt in America in public, nobody's going to mess with that dude.
No, they'd be afraid of him.
Exactly. Who
in America?
A show of hands. Give me a 1 in the comments right now if you think I should get a kilt and wear it in public. Give me a 1. Give me a 2 if you're like, Rob, I don't want you to wear a kilt. Give me a 1 if you think that I need a kilt. 1.
Says, don't do it, bro.
1.
Mom's saying hi to everybody.
Nobody's saying anything.
No, Genghis said, don't do it.
Oh no, but it doesn't really matter. Nobody knows. I think I should have a kilt.
Oh goodness!
It's better than wearing it. It's better to wear it here every once in a while than to wear it in Scotland and pretentious. Because I'm not even Scottish. I'm English and German.
Well, okay, if you were in Scotland, then yes.
Look at the ones. Look at the ones.
Hey,
come in.
Watching.
Look at the ones. Look at the ones. I'm getting a kill.
Hey, if you get a kill, you can wear it.
You know they got a pocket right here.
That's correct.
Okay. I could keep.
You gotta learn the Scottish words, babe.
I could keep a firearm right there with it. I mean, just seriously,
True.
It's big enough.
It's
big enough to hold the cig. It's big enough to hold my little cig.
There you go.
So there we go.
There you go.
Right.
All right.
Kilt is coming.
Mom says I should make your kilt.
Oh man, it's
a project.
This badass. Before we go, I'm going to brag on her for just a moment. She has spent the entire quarantine.
It's true.
She has been not only learning to sew like a badass, okay? She got a sewing machine, she got a serger, she's got the form thing.
She got me the serger.
But she's been making masks for people.
Yeah.
And she made 2 masks for me, and I wear them almost every time I go out when I don't forget.
Yeah.
But she's my badass, and I had to brag on you.
If anybody local that we know needs a mask, let me know. I will do my best to make them for everyone. I'm a little bit behind right now, but let me know. Friends who are local, stay safe, stay healthy.
And I'm going to end that with thank you for joining us. Thank you for subscribing. Can you drop that link one more time in there?
Absolutely.
And one thing that I really want you guys to take away from this, we've both been working our absolute butts off to make this quarantine a little more productive. We have gone out of our comfort zones in many areas, both in business and fitness. We're getting it and we're working. Oh my God.
I can't make it shut up.
And if there's anything that I can implore you to do, and I'm not trying to get preachy or anything, is to use this time to learn something new. Learn. You've got everything at your fingertips right now.
Do something productive, whether it's starting a new hobby or putting your time and your effort into your business, whatever it is. Just we have the ability to come out of this thing better than we went into it. So let's all try to take advantage of the situation, make the best out of a crappy situation.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here drinking whiskey in front of anybody if we weren't quarantined in the house.
True.
So I love you guys, everybody that's commented. Seriously, everybody that's commented.
Sorry for not interacting earlier. Yeah, we didn't see the comments coming in.
Yeah, because it wasn't scrolling down.
We'll do better.
My cousin even cussed at me because I didn't. But and she's like, y'all ain't even interacting with us. I'm leaving. But seriously, I love everybody that commented and watched and everything. You guys, seriously, if you're local, reach out to Kat if you need a mask.
Yeah, happy to help.
If you are local and you have any questions about making a business online, like I'm not going to charge you or anything like that. I'll get on the phone with you for a little while and we'll see what you got and I can see if I can help out. That's what I do. I've been doing for way too long now. I don't know how to do anything else except do that and drink whiskey.
Well, we're making the best of both worlds.
We are. Love you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you later.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.